Ma, the meatloaf! Guys, we did it. We found the next massive trade, I believe. Welcome to the show. My name is David. Today we'll be covering technical and fundamental analysis of some of your favorite projects. Now, I've been scouting the charts, scouring, I'm looking, trying to find opportunities to help you and myself make some damn money here. We finally had a nice big price move out of BTC. The markets had a lot of green today, as we covered in the morning show. I think the leader was Hyperliquid. I know Virtual's protocol is actually up a decent amount. Let's check Virtual's here on CMC. Up 18%. I think Virtual's actually, it's a big announcement. They were, I believe, partnering or working with Hyperliquid. I believe there was one announcement. Either way, they got their ACP coming out, and so things are, people are starting to get a little more bullish on Virtual's protocol, and that'll be expanded once AI kicks off again. But the big trade I want to talk to you about today, among other things, is Stellar Lumens, and I think this thing is going to absolutely explode. So we covered this yesterday for a little bit. This thing has been in this falling wedge since reaching its peak in December of last year. So more than a 3-month falling wedge. This is on the daily, by the way. It's not a lower time frame pattern. This is a very high time frame pattern. And we'll just look at a couple examples. Then we'll work our way down. I want to show you something on the 12-hour. I want to show you something on the 8-hour. All things are pointing to a big move coming out of XLM. Regardless, we're coming to the end of this pattern, okay? So there's going to be a big move, whether it's going to be to the downside, which probabilities say that's not going to happen. In fact, the probabilities here say 70% chance that we get a break to the upside. But let's take a look at the more recent falling wedge, or this is actually more of a symmetrical triangle pattern. These are 50-50 breaks. And we come in, we start tapping these trend lines, right? We even had a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here that we didn't quite get the breakout. We consolidated towards the bottom end of this range, and then we came up here. We had essentially a triple top. We broke above. Now, this move was so strong, we never got a back test. We didn't get that bump and run. And then all of a sudden, you see these blue candles. These are actually green candles, but they're blue because they were massive liquidation candles. So shorts were getting absolutely destroyed as XLM from the breakout ran 540%. But if we go back to the previous cycle, 2021, there are tons of examples of falling wedges, falling channels, symmetrical triangles that XLM just absolutely crushed. Here is one of them where we had a little bit of a deviation outside. This ended up being a falling wedge, and XLM rallied. Again, no retest. Rallied 190%. Example 3 now. We're on example number 3. Here's a falling wedge, right? We come back, we break out, no retest, and XLM rallied from the breakout. I'm not even going to take that whole candle, 130%. Here's example number 4. Another falling wedge, right? Now on this one, we do get a retest on a wick, okay? We do get a retest on the wick. Now this was an ugly candle here. This should have signified a reversal, but XLM did not give 2 craps. And the price rallied from breakout 75%. And then the bigger one before the final top, and I'm not going to draw this out, you guys can already see it, but that rally again was 100% rally. So a 2x. So where are we at now? Again, so you see a pattern with XLM. It has these massive rallies, then it spends. And, out of my sheer curiosity, let's go back here and see how long these patterns played out for. Okay. So the first one here, this was back in 2020. This one lasted 41 days. Okay. So 41 days, almost a month and a half. This one lasted shorter, 21 days. This one was a long one. This is when I believe Bitcoin got its double top. Yes, it was. This one, that consolidation period was 43 days. So more in line with the first one. And then the more recent one from this cycle, let's see how long that lasted. Now, to be fair, this was in the I guess not. It was in 2024. So this one, again, this was actually a symmetrical triangle. So nice tight range. How long did this thing last for? Once we enter the range, around 120 days. And where are we now with the current move? 103 days. So this thing is getting ready to break out. Now, across the board in this market cycle, we've seen the consolidation phases be a lot longer, a lot more stretched out. And so I believe this thing is going to move to the upside. Now the question then becomes, where do we enter? Where do we exit? Okay. So if you are a disciplined trader, you wait for a retest. Now, I don't think we're going to come all the way back down to the bottom end of this channel, of this wedge, at 23.4 cents. I do think we'll get a nice bounce at this 25.92. So that is where I have my limit order for XLM. So I got I think a 10 or a 12x long limit order on XLM. And I'll be waiting to see, because realistically, it could not break out here, but I'm going to show you why I think it is going to break out here. We're going to go lower time frames in a second. But technically, this thing can run down a little bit further. But this level here at 25.87 is a very important level. And if we throw on our high volume nodes, and we take a look, and we can even go down to let's go down to the 2-day. Actually, the opposite. Let's go down to 21-hour. I don't think you have any volume. Yeah, you do. Okay, so that's where I dropped that line. So you have that massive, this is 2.9 billion XLM was traded at $25 or 25.89 cents. Is also, we had a liquidity grab there, and you can see each time prices come down here outside of once, we saw a strong reaction to the upside. This one ended up being a nasty wick, but closed green. We had another candle, another 21 hours of rally, and then we spilled off. And this one was a more recent one. From wick to high, XLM rally 47%. So this region is very, very important, and buyers are stepping in. Now, if we go down to the 12-hour, what we're seeing on the 12-hour is bullish divergence. Now, what is bullish divergence? So what is the significance of it? Bullish divergence is when you get lower lows in the price action, but higher lows on the RSI. And so what does that tell you? That means these sellers are losing steam as they try to push the price down. They are successful in making a lower low, but they are not successful in their momentum, right? So they're losing steam essentially. And so I expect to get a bounce off this as well. If we do get that drop down, and we'll make another higher low on the RSI. Now, we could be coming in, and I expect, obviously, if I'm expecting at 25.89 for price to stay there, or for price to find support there, I do expect this thing to end up being a head and a shoulder. And that would be a perfect setup and more confluence for us to believe that we're going to get a big breakout to the upside. And on the 8-hour, we're actually seeing this indicator here, the percent trend change. We're seeing a change in trend. Now, this isn't an entry signal. This is just, hey, just so you know, the trend is changing on the 8-hour for XLM. What you want to wait for is that very first percentage change. And so you want it to be anywhere between 3 to 8%. If we get that, that is our entry if you're solely trading on this. But from everything on the daily, the pattern that we're in, the big volume node here at 25.89 cents, market sentiment essentially changing. historical price action when XLM gets into these long periods of consolidation and falling wedges, symmetrical triangles, whatever you want to name it. It's pretty it's pretty safe to say that we'll get a nice big breakout here from XLM. Now the next point, so 25.88 to 25.89, that's cents, of course. That would be where I'd be looking to enter into this position. And so if you want to be a disciplined trader, some people will say, I don't want to wait. I want to buy here. You can, but I mean, I don't know. Every time I try to market order something because I get too hyped, I lose my shirt. So I'll identify the level and put in a limit order and just sit and wait. Eventually it'll fill, or maybe it never fills. Then we look for the next trade, and that's okay too. But the question then becomes, typically with moves like this, we want to wait for a retest. But seeing as how XLM has done historically with these types of moves, only one time back in 2021 did it have a retest, a back test, a bump and run. Every other time it has just gone straight vertical. And so I will not be waiting for a retest. Again, I'll be buying here. If the pattern fails and it goes to the bottom end, we just got to make sure that our stop loss is going to be below this lower end trend line so we don't get stopped out on a nasty wick or I don't know, some kind of bearish news comes out and the markets overreact like they have been over the last 6 months or over the last 2 months. We don't want to get stopped out of our position. And if anything, you can add to your margin at these levels at around 23.5 to 22.79 cents for XLM. And so now the question then becomes, okay, well, where is our TP? Let's throw on a couple things. Let's first get rid of these. Let's keep those. And let's pull the volume from when we entered here into where we are now. Let's find our POC. So our POC currently is sitting at 43.62 cents. Okay. So that is our point of control. We have our value area low sitting at right around 39 cents. Our value area high is around 55 cents. And you can see this value area low. We came up here on a wick. We attempted this breakout initially. This was back in Sunday, March 2nd. Okay, we had this breakout. We failed on a wick, came right back into this pattern. And so my initial area of, hey, let me take some profits, I'll first be looking at around 38.42 cents. Maybe take off 25% there. Look to take off an additional 25% off of 43.68 cents. And then really, I'd be okay to let this thing run up to 55 to 60 cents, depending on market conditions, of course. But there's nothing wrong. And if you have your if you have your take profit level set, and if you're happy with your ROI, to completely close out the position, there's nothing wrong with that as well. Especially if you believe there's going to be some bad news coming or headlines or someone hits Trump in the face with a microphone. Either way, this is my most bullish setup for a long trade that I've seen in quite a while. I know there's a few other ones. I know Chainlink looks pretty nice on the setup. BTC, on the other hand, looks like we're flipping this 84.1 level back to support. So this was a big resistance level, 84.1. That's going to be your blue line right here. We see we essentially had a triple top, finally broke out, and now we are making support on top of it. Price is currently 84.172. So we're $50 off of our key level. And what we're also seeing here on BTC is a nice potential bull flag pattern that will break to the upside. And that upside move, not to mention, grab my trend line tool, the upside move from breakout. Let's say we break out at the top end of the symmetrical triangle here. Your breakout target is 88.486, which doesn't always get there, right? Doesn't always get there. Or if it does, you just got to be patient. But in these market conditions, if you can get into a long on BTC at 83.623, if we get a nice bounce there, I want to ride this thing back up to around 86 to 86.5. I think that's our next very important level of resistance for Bitcoin. I still think I'm still 60-40 on BTC, having another big leg down to the mid to low 70s, and then we get that massive breakout that we've been talking about on this show and on the morning show. And so that's kind of my thesis. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Also, if you're new, say hello. I want to give away something today. We have you know what, actually? I was going to wait till Monday to announce this, but I'm going to do it here because y'all my people and Rob's not here, so I can talk a little more. You know what I'm saying? We're going to announce a big partnership on Monday. So we are excited. We partnered with Stake. And so if anyone knows Stake, they're a massive company. They've been around. They sponsored Drake. They've sponsored a few channels, not a lot of crypto channels. But we're proud to announce that we partnered with them. We'll be rolling out their integrations on Monday. We'll be doing some giveaways. And so we're super excited to be partnered with them. They'll be doing some giveaways. It's going to be fun. And it's not going to at all. I know a lot of channels when they take on sponsors, they do certain things that disrupt the flow of the show, that kind of make it unwatchable for you, the viewer. But we take a different approach. We like to keep it more subtle, more fun, more entertaining. And so we're excited to do that. And so in honor of that, and because you guys are here with me, I'm going to be I'll give away $100 to one person, and I'll give away one almanac. So $100, one almanac. Let's see. Jimmy said, you're going to get a steak tattoo. No. Definitely not going to get a steak tattoo. Jay said, BitBoy going to get mad. I don't think so, but hey, whatever. I don't control his emotions. So I'm going to give away $100 to one person, and I'm going to give away one almanac to someone. And so all I ask of you, like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and just be active in the chat, man. Be active in the chat. Keep the chat rate up. YouTube likes that. And also, if there's anything you want me to take a look at, any thoughts that you want from me as far as projects, I don't know, you want to share your portfolio, your top 3 holdings, you want my opinion, I would love to kind of chime in on that, and just to get this thing going, man. Let's get started. So it's going to give a few hellos. Mario, what's going on, my brother? Poman J. Mohammed. Oh, we have another Mohammed. Oh, Mohammed B. Where's the OG Mohammed that everything is going to 0? I missed that guy. Jimmy, my dude. I love you, Jimmy. Petro said, why does Link not get the recognition it needs? Petro, bro, I am so with you on this one, my friend. Everyone just fucking sleeps on Chainlink. I don't fucking understand. I don't understand. You have a project that is literally working with the 2 largest payments networks, period, in the world, the DTCC and Swift. They're literally working with them. It's not we're tokenizing something, or we are looking to work with Swift, or we're integrating something with Swift. No, Swift and Chainlink, they're actually working together. And so, Rocco didn't like it when I said this last week. But as far as I know, from crypto companies, Sergey Nazarov was the only one there that did not donate any money to Trump's transition team, or to Trump's the inauguration fund, or whatever it was. Now, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't read anywhere that he donated money. And so Chainlink to me is so undervalued. When you talk about, and let's go to Chainlink here. Let's look at how disgustingly low their market cap is. The problem is it's not a sexy project, right? No one cares about, when people go to a restaurant, they only care about how the food tastes, right? They care about how the food looks. No one cares that they got this badass grill in the back that is able to cook the steaks to perfection, that they spend $100,000 on. No one cares that the quality of products they use is top of the line. It's shit no one cares about, which is the infrastructure. But it's without the infrastructure, nothing is possible. That delicious food would not be coming out of that kitchen. And so Chainlink is not a sexy play. It doesn't have this fun community that posts memes all the time. It just has a utility. It has a use case. The adoptions continue to grow. The utility that it's creating and has continued to create with CCIP, with data streams, you name it. It went from just being an Oracle service to, honestly, I believe the infrastructure for Web 2 to Web 3 is going to happen through Chainlink at some degree. Oracle, CCIP, data streams, VRF, you name it. I think part of any transaction from Web 2 to Web 3, private to public, public to public blockchains, will have a stop at the Chainlink gas station. And when you look at this, and actually Chainlink on the daily looks kind of bearish. This is only price action wise I say bearish, right? You guys know what I'm going to draw. I love flags. I love the American flag. I love the Armenian flag. I love the Swedish flag, mostly for women. For the women, don't tell my wife I said that. She's actually not home. So lots of flags, and this is a bear flag. And so this is a break to the downside. The move would be down to $8. I don't see that happening. I think there's too many bullish catalysts for Chainlink. But this is one of the most, if not the most undervalued projects. When you look at utility, what is it going to do? Who is it working with? And on the hour 2, you have a bear flag forming there. 21-minute. Yeah, I mean, so expect a little bit more downside for Chainlink. But what we can do here is throw on our high volume points, see where we're getting some big volume coming in. So the first big level is $12.40. That is, we had around 2.3 million link traded. You can see we had one liquidity grab up here at around $14.43. And again, this is on the super low time frame, 21-minute. We also had this rising channel that broke to the downside. And so we are still kind of in this multi-time frame bear flag pattern. And this one looks like it's already, this one looks like it's already starting to break to the downside. You have a bear flag within a bear flag. This more looks kind of like a fucked up L that's breaking to the downside. But either way, fundamental standpoint, I can't be more bullish on a project than Chainlink. It's just you got to be patient. You got to be patient because once the floodgates open, they're going to open massively. And so to answer your question, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I love Chainlink. I'm a big Chainlink bull, as you guys probably already know. Also, I'll be doing the giveaways at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around because if I pick you and you're not here, I'm just going to give it to someone else. Also, Hethos Crypts, what's going on, man? El Chingon, what's up, bro? Thank you, my friend. Greg Nowak, Vic Schutz, Khalid. Jay said it was a joke. It's okay to laugh. I know. I was laughing inside. I'll be careful. You don't want to upset people. Don't really want to get pulled into the drama again, I'll tell you that. A1 said, link under 18 is a buy, even under 21. Yeah, man. I just, there's some projects. So my base case for Chainlink, if it fulfills everything that it's in its roadmap, that it's working towards, and crypto is a $10 trillion market cap, and we have RWAs, there's, I don't know, a trillion or two in real world assets that are tokenized on chain. Bitcoin sitting at $3-4 trillion. The ecosystem's booming. Enterprises are moving over. Payments, banks are starting to use stable coins for payments. This is gonna sound crazy. My base case for Chainlink in the short term is like $300 to $500 billion in market cap. And so you're talking about what is that? A 500, that's like a 5x from here. So no, that's not, is that right? Let's do some math here. I used to be so good at math, and I don't know what happened. My brain just gets fried with all the, so let's just put it at $400 billion divided by market cap 9 billion. I'm probably doing this the opposite way. Yes, I am. Either way, I think it's like a 5 or 6x from here. So you're looking at a $65, $70 Chainlink. That's on the low end for me. On the high end, I don't know, like $1 trillion market cap. Again, I know that sounds insane, but you're talking about moving value, money, connecting private and public blockchains, and everything they're doing with the gas fee setup, with Link being the universal gas token. To me, it's a no-brainer. And so you want to talk about one of the lowest risk, potentially medium to high reward. There's few that exist outside of Chainlink, so I'm super bullish on Link. Let's take a look at the rest of the markets here. Today's show is going to be a little shorter. I do have to get to, I got to take my kid to his practice. Also, guys, I'll be doing a live show tomorrow. Not sure what time. So I'll be doing a Saturday TA stream. It'll be random. So make sure you're subscribed and have your notification bell on. And then also, I'm doing a Sunday stream. The Sunday stream, I don't have anything planned for it. It's going to be me, the camera, maybe a couple of pieces of news on X, some charts, and you guys, the community. We'll do some Q&A. Maybe I'll share some of my portfolio. Maybe I'll do another giveaway. But definitely want to come and just kind of like regroup from the week, figure out the game plan for the week upcoming, get everyone on the same page. And so that way, next week's going to be a big week too. You have the FOMC meeting, rate decision on Wednesday. My wife's birthday is on Tuesday. She's a big Cardano fan. Her wallet address, just kidding. And so next week is going to be pretty big. We'll see what the Fed does. If we get any hint, now, even if we get a rate hold, not a cut, not a hike, we're definitely not getting a hike, but not a cut. They do nothing. Those FOMC, the FOMC minutes that are going to be coming maybe 10 days after. And also taking a look at the Fed statement, what was erased, what was changed, and what was altered, I think is going to be very important. I think the traders, if we get a null, if we get a nothing burger, I think Wall Street's going to look at that FOMC, the statement. What did they change? What were they going to say? What did they end up saying? And they'll start to speculate on that, and you'll see some volatility, maybe a lot of volatility going into next week. So Sunday's show is going to be geared towards the week upcoming, kind of recapping the previous week. It'll be something fun, something relaxed, something chill with the community. And so definitely want to be able to connect with you guys a little more. So with that being said, Caspa. Okay, Caspa. Bow, 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 bow. Big shout out to Nacho the cat, which is one of our channel sponsors. Let's see. Where are you, Caspa? You know, Rob hit this one right on the nose, man. He said 5-cent Caspa, what a steal. My friend was right. And it's something that if I had time to talk, because Rob takes the mic a lot, I would have said the same thing. But let's go here. Let's go Caspa Mexi. Caspa Mexi. So this is the 21-minute. This is actually very good. Look at that massive volume node. And Caspa has conquered that. That's pretty big. That's 500 million Caspa was traded at 7.61 cents. And we just cleared that. Again, on the lower time frame, right? Oh, that's good. That's a good looking chart right there. One thing to keep in mind, though, at least on the lower time frames, looks like we're getting a little bit of a, I don't know, this is a little ugly here, but a little bit of a rising wedge, rising channel, which those break to the downside. So just keep that in mind. Let's work our way up to the higher time frame. This was a big move, guys. Taking out this 763 level was a big move. It was an absolutely massive move. Look what price has done since then, okay? Look at how important that 7.6 cent level is. And this is on the 1 hour, okay? This has been a thorn in the side of Caspa price action to the upside for a very long time. This was a level that price consolidated. This is a level that price caught support, price consolidated, resistance, fake out, come back, retest, fail, nope, consolidate, fall on the way up. Attempted to take this thing. We failed. Massive sellers stepped in. Price depreciated from that level all the way down to 6.5 cents. And then attempt again here. And then this is what you want to see here, my friends. You want to see a retest. Although we closed 1 hourly candle, 2 hourly candles below, this move here solidified it. And so that was a really, really big level. Let's see if we got any indication from our percentage trend change. If that trend, so on the 1 hour, yes. On the 2 hour, technically it's been an uptrend. So this would have been our entry right here. This would have been, if you're solely, and I don't like trading on entry and exits on just one indicator, but this would have been your entry here. This would have been an entry of 7.32 cents. So, and then let's go to the 4 hour. Caspa's looking good, man. And the one thing too here, if you see, let me make this chart a little less cluttered. I mean, this was just an absolutely gorgeous head and shoulders pattern, right? Head, shoulder, bam. And what I like about using this tool is it draws your neckline for you. Some might argue this maybe was it wasn't really an Adam and Eve. But either way, nice head and shoulders pattern. We came in, made a lower high, came back up, made a higher low, and then price broke above our neckline. We retested, confirmation, and then Caspa's off. This thing might run to, let's go to the higher time frame. Let's figure out where we're going to get a stop here, okay? If you're in a trade, congratulations. If you entered into a Caspa long, congratulations. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is a potential bear flag, but this was a really nice V-shaped recovery on top of seeing large liquidations. And you can see on the macro, when I say macro, I mean the higher time frame. I mean, this if we can take out, so the next level I'm looking to take out to really change the structure of this chart is going to be here. Let me throw some flags on here so you guys can see. It's going to be between 9.27 and 10.28 cents. If we can reclaim that level and have some volume behind that move, that structure of this Caspa chart changes. And we go from being super bearish to super bullish. Caspa's been one that ran really hot coming into the year, right? I mean, this thing going back to May of 23 at around a penny. This thing ran higher high, topped out, came back, attempted to reclaim. It had a pretty big move back to that 18-cent level and then eventually got rejected. And this thing has been just trending down since December of last year. And so it's looking like it's, it had its big move when everything else was trading sideways or bleeding. And then it had a kind of a spill off when everything else started to kind of rally. And now I think Caspa was getting ready to reverse that as well. So 9.27 cents. If you are in currently a long trade, I would look at that 9.27 cent level to catch some resistance there. If we take that out, 10.28. And if we take that out, then you might be able to take your wife out for dinner because your Caspa bag is going to be looking pretty good. High volume points. Let's see if anything's flashing. Nothing there. Let's look at our MA ribbon. And yeah, I mean, look at that. And then that 12-cent level here, we have some confluence where our 200-day moving averages as well. And let's throw on our cloud. Let's see if we have any confluence with our Ichimoku cloud. So depending on where this thing breaks, if we get a breakout before Tuesday and we start to test these levels, we have confluence with our cloud and the top end of our box here, which is 10 cents. Obviously, as we go on, if we get closer to, to 26th of March that week, you're looking at confluence at 9.2 cents. And then eventually you get back into the cloud and we start seeing the baseline cross below our conversion line. That would be our very first bullish signal. Second, as far as the cloud is concerned, the Ichimoku cloud. Second bullish signal will be a flip from red to green. And the third one finally would be to get inside the cloud and then break out above it. Check all three boxes. And you're looking at testing 15 cents and then really all-time highs. And so if you've been holding Caspa, you might be fairly pretty well rewarded here in the very near future. Not to mention, Caspa is just a solid project, man. By the way, if you just jumped in, I'm giving away $100 to one person, and I'm giving away a free almanac. By the way, take a look here. This thing is so badass. You know what? Here's how I'm gonna give you the almanac. Okay. I want you guys to take a guess at how much money we spent to put this together. Whoever's the closest, I'll send you an almanac. How much money did we spend to put this almanac together? And also, if you're an XRP fan, where's XRP? Look at this. An entire XRP deep dive. I think this thing's like 4 pages, 4 is put together on XRP and Ripple. And so throw your guesses in there. Whoever's closest, I will send you a free almanac. And then I'll give you a hint. It's between $5,000 and $25,000. So the closest person to get it right, I'll give you a free almanac. And and I'll write it down on a notepad here. Let's go here. All right. So I wrote it down here. I'll save this notepad, and then at the end, I'll show you, and I'll send you guys an almanac. Yeah. Jay Violet, what's going on, Jay? How are you, Jay? Mark Dutch said, ready? Hope you're doing great. We're doing great, man. Howtopia, what's up, man? Howtopia, how you doing? Also, Bagaluka. Baggy Luca. We need Rocco here to get the dance party started. Well, you don't. All right. Yeah, get your guesses in there. It's between $5,000 and $25,000. That's going to be your hint. Also, B Wise said, don't forget to hit the like button. Amen. Don't forget to hit the like button. Now, I know I talked about Stellar in the beginning. Here's Stellar, and I have this sorted out in percentage of change. And it has got the most transactions, so far as percentage change, 24% over the last 7 days. We take a look at the 30 days. Unichain and Barachain. Barachain is very interesting. I was doing a little bit of digging in a Barachain. I just can't believe how much of this I'm seeing. And I'm talking about transactions, failures versus successful transactions. ETH actually looks pretty good. You look at Barachain, it looks like crap. Solana looks like crap. There's a few other ones that look like crap. Let's look at AVAX. AVAX actually looks pretty decent. The largest spike it had in failed TX was back on the 8th of January. Had about 600,000 transactions and 112 failed, so 15% failure rate. But the one that looked just ugly is this, bro. Solana. Oh, God. Even on low days, right? You had 80 million transactions and 16 million failed. But again, these are massive numbers of transactions that Solana is doing. So I'm not going to sit here and talk crap and say Solana is a crappy chain. It's just I find it very hard to believe that any other chain will be able to handle that. So either way, some metrics there. XLM is leading as far as percentage change over the last 24 hours. The other thing I like to look at here with Nansen is what is smart money doing and what are some of the top tokens they're trading. And you can look at each, and this cool thing too here is you can sort by realized profit and loss. You can sort by ROI. You can see, all right, who's got the most ROI, and you got to make sure they're putting in more than one trade. So this one here, 90-day smart trader, 26 trades, and it's got a win rate of 16% over the last 90 days. So not very good, but the ROI over the last 7 days has been really good. So let's take a peek, and I haven't looked at this. Let's take a peek at what they're trading. Alpha, EIC, Sorkin coin. So just memes. I've never heard of any of these. Have you guys ever heard of any of these? Anyway, this guy's crushed it on those. You can also look at top tokens that smart money is trading. Okay. And you can go through micro, small, mid, large cap. You can also look at token age. I want to look at tokens that have been around for a minimum of 20 days, but only a maximum of, I don't know, 180 days, so half a year. I want to look at new projects. What are people buying? Okay, Fart Coin. That's your number one token. I want to get rid of this. Let's do that, and let's do a minimum of 1 year, 365 days. IMX is another one. 7-day flows, 700K. 30-day flows, 500K. So it looks like in the last 7 days, the flows are going up. So let's take a look at IMX. Any of you hold IMX in here, by the way? I'm curious. I personally don't hold any IMX. Curious to see if any one of you hold IMX. Let's take a look at the chart. And as always, we start high time frame. Let's start on the month. Let's get rid of some of these indicators. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. All right. We are at bargain basement levels here on the month. On the week, I mean, you're at all-time lows. So, I mean, there's no need in drawing value areas. It is a value area. Everything's a value area. So IMX on the daily had a pretty nasty head and shoulders pattern that eventually broke to the downside. Currently, on the daily at least, let's throw on our volume points. It's pretty clean. So you have a volume point at around 63.29 cents. That's a big volume node area. Let's see if we see any divergence. You have technically this would be a bullish divergence on the daily for IMX, right? Actually, this is a fairly nice bullish divergence going all the way back here, right? This is on the daily again, and kind of went over what that looks like, but lower lows, higher lows on the RSI, bullish divergence. That's looking good so far. We take a look at the MA ribbon trading well below. So lower time frames are showing us that it is the chart is bullish. Let's go here. See a lot more volume points that we could take a look at. So you're looking at a pretty big volume node right around 59.5 cents. This is where IMX bounced, but on the way down, it completely fell through that level, right? We didn't get that second bounce. And let me throw a horizontal line on top of that. We kind of had a bounce here on a wick. We consolidated, and then we fell through. We completely fell through. We lost that level. And so that would be a level I'd be looking at on the way up. On the 3 hour, let's go to the 1 hour. And let's take a look at what is the 1 hour telling us. And let's actually do this. Let's hide this trend line. Let's hide this. Yes, great. Let's throw on our cloud. Oh, trend is green. This is good on the hour. Let's see the 4 hour. Oh, okay. So IMX is looking to make a move here. And so you kind of see how these things work hand in hand. What is smart money trading? Smart money is trading IMX, and price is going up. And it looks like we're about to break structure to the upside on IMX. So currently we are in no man's land. That is what the Ichimoku indicator tells you. Once we're in the cloud, you do nothing. You sit and wait. Potential bear flag pattern coming into this chart here. But we want to break our cloud to the upside. And then also, let me get rid of the cloud. Let's see if we have any large order blocks. We did get a change of character on the chart. That is very bullish. Our next big volume block isn't until around 60 to 62.8 cents. And then the one final thing that I want to do is get rid of this. I throw on. So we haven't gotten a trend reversal confirmation, which I bet you if I go down to the 3 hour, we get, yeah. So we got one on the 3 hour. We're still waiting for that initial signal to tell us that, hey, the trend reversal from negative to positive is real. You can start looking at entry points for IMX. But if I was looking to trade this, what I would do is I would go to the 1 hour time frame. So this thing's been running pretty hot. Okay. Let's get rid of this, and let's throw on an anchored VWAP. Let's throw that on the hourly. I'm going to find a high volume. I'd wait for a potential retest of our upper band 1 on our anchored VWAP. You can see how price has reacted historically here. Now, if we don't get there, now again, this is 51, so we're not too far off. Now, remember, it looks like it's far, but again, this is on the hourly, so this is just a 6% move to 6% move. I'd be looking to enter into an IMX position here. As far as a trade, I'm looking at 51.7 cents, and I'm looking to initially remove 25% off the table at around 54.4 cents. So this one, I'd feel comfortable going a little higher leverage on this one, especially if the market conditions are somewhat, not too shitty. And so IMX chart looks pretty good. Yeah. All right, time to do a giveaway. All right, who was closest? Here is the number. Let me show you. That is how much money we spent on our magazine. $15,850. So, who was closest to $15,850? So far, looks like Richard Boland is about 2K off. Greg close. Nick Dunn Nick Dunn, pretty close. That's 13,311. I need so 13,311 looks like the closest so far. Corey said 16,750. I should have done the prices right rules, but I didn't say that. So, okay. So Corey, so far, Corey Lowry, you are ahead, my friend. I'm just kind of looking through here. I don't think anyone else. Khalid, nice try, buddy. All right, Corey Lowry, I'll be sending you, do me a favor, Corey, put your X handle in the chat, exactly how it's spelled, and then exactly, just copy paste your X handle. I will send you a DM, and I'll get you the, I'll get the info from you that I need to send you the almanac. So congrats to Corey, if you're still in here. And Corey had a few. Let's see here. All right, Corey, what is your X handle? Let me know, and I will send you an almanac. And then I did say I was going to give away $100. Who am I going to give $100 to? Jen, you said 15, Jen? Let me see, Jen. I apologize. I'm kind of scrolling here. Don't leave yet, Jen. Don't leave yet. Jen, you are right. You know what, Jen, I'm going to send you one as well. So congrats, Jen and Corey. I don't want to take Corey's back because maybe you got all excited. But Jen, you're absolutely right. My apologies. I must have skipped over that. I'll send you one as well, Jen. Same thing. Send me your your handle on X, exactly how it is, and I'll send you a DM, and we'll get you a free almanac. Now for the $100, who am I going to pick for the $100? Let's see. Let me first do this. Let's see. All right. So the only thing that I asked for for the $100 was someone who's very active. Okay. As I'm scrolling through, there's a few people. Jay Violet's pretty active, but Jay, I can't pick you again. And people are going to think we're in cahoots or you're like a family member or something. So I'm not going to pick you. You won last week. You won like a couple of days ago. So who am I going to pick that's been active in the chat? Mm-hmm. You know what? I am going to pick. I'm going to pick Poman. Poman, I'm going to send you $100 in USDT, my friend. Congratulations to you. You are all over the chat all the time, man. You're constantly keeping the community engaged. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. And thanks to all of you as well. I'll be definitely doing a giveaway on Sunday. Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow. But for tomorrow and Sunday stream, I don't have a set time yet. Weekends are usually family time, but I want to take some time away from my kids because they're on spring break, and I know they're going to drive me crazy throughout the week, so I need some time with my community. So make sure you subscribe and have your notification bell on, and so I can, you'll know when I go live, because I don't even know when I'm going to go live. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time. Jen, did you put, oh, there we go. Beautiful. And then Poman, I believe you're in our Discord, so I will send you a message on Discord. I'll get your wallet address, and then I will send you your $100. Just want to say I appreciate every single one of you. You know, everything we do here is for our community. Absolutely love you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you here tomorrow. No idea what time. Make sure you subscribe. Until then, guys, peace.